the open book. This is your host, Lakeisha. I hope everyone is having a happy Sunday. I am, for one, y'all, um, relaxing. Okay, I said I'll jump on for a few this Sunday morning because we usually do our open book worship experience. And I wanted to come on because we didn't do that yet. Because I may do it at the next service that they have. I think it's at 12:30. Um, but if y'all come on in, make sure you tap that like button. Let everyone know we are live. Okay, just if this is an impromptu, informal live. But y'all, this morning I just really um was trying to just catch up on rest, which is very rare. Okay. I was just telling my husband, I said, you know what? For the past weeks, I would say probably for the past month, I can't even think of a time I just sat and chilled or just laid down, for an extended time, because between moving, working, business, children, and all of that, child, you don't even have the extra time to do everything. And then you look back, you like, wait a second, when is the last time I just slept in? Okay, my daughter's birthday was on Friday, and so all day Friday, I took her to do some things for her nails. We went to do a birthday breakfast. She went shopping, and y'all, she's 10. Okay, so no one told me at 10 that girls get more expensive. Okay, wanting nails done, hair done. Then she had like a little party at the end of that day for a few of her friends. Excuse me. And so we did that on Saturday. Last Sunday, my husband had gotten sick, and he's actually had been in the hospital all week. So y'all was dealing with that, but he came home on yesterday, and praise the Lord, okay, because that's a lot when you are working and making sure kids get to and from school, checking on your husband and all of that. Excuse me. Let's see. Hey, Kay Brown, good morning. Y'all, this is an impromptu, just chill and relax live this morning. I don't even have anything just prepared, but just want to hang out and talk this Sunday morning. And so, with that, in the vein of that, I give God the glory, y'all, because when I tell y'all it was a scary moment last Sunday after church, everything was going fine. And we were praising God as my husband had gotten some good news and so forth. And we got home, and I guess he said he started feeling dizzy, and he had just passed out and called the ambulance. And so he was there for a week and everything. So I just thank God for my husband and just God bringing him through that, and God just being with us. If you're going through something, let me encourage you. God is always with you, always with you. He will take care of you. He will favor you. My job, they are so understanding of when, I have to miss and so forth. And then, we have a family of friends, that follow me on Facebook and that were texting, and everyone was just coming together and praying. And so to God be the glory. I just really thank him for that. And last night I went to bed early. Sometimes your body, hey, Ebony Rose, welcome. Sometimes, your body will tell you, look, girl, you've been pushing, then trying to do my lives. Yeah, I couldn't do it by myself, though. I'm telling you. I could not do it without the help of God. I promise you. Because people will wonder, like, what? You've been going through all of that? I was still trying to show up for my contract work with the kids, still trying to go to work, still, but I know it was nobody but God helping me through all of that. And so I'm just grateful. I'm grateful. And I'm grateful for y'all too, just coming in and Some people come in and they tap the like. A lot of people, shout out to the replay gang. Y'all make sure you tap the like button as you come on in. Shout out to the replay gang on all of my videos, y'all. The replay gang shows up and shows out. And I am so truly grateful because, sometimes people are working, people are busy, but when they take out time to come back and watch your videos, and then even some engage in the comments, because I do watch and look over the comments as well. Thank y'all so much. It really, really means a lot to me. And I'm so appreciative. Hey, Rena, welcome. We're just chatting and just very informal. Anything on y'all's minds about any of the topics we've discussed? I know a lot of people had stuff to say from yesterday's videos. I was like, wow. With the, let's see, I know one of the videos was about Junior, with the Pastor McNutt. I still haven't seen an update yet. Hey, Jason, welcome. Jason, no. I haven't seen an update as of yet. But like I said yesterday, after things calm down and he feels like the investigation is over, I think he'll pop back out. I think he'll pop back out and do another live, and pretend like nothing ever happened. Okay. His church, if you missed the update yesterday, his church's page is gone. I don't know if he deleted it or just hid it and, made it private. That's my son. I don't know if he did that or whatever, but the page is gone. Hold on, y'all. Okay, my apologies. And so the page is gone, and then even the members that he has that he tags on Facebook, they all move the same. They have not been posting. So that's something that I took note of yesterday as well. So we shall see. I pray for Junior's safety though. Wherever he is, I even just pray, even today, that God will cover him and that God will bring him out of that situation and out of that household. Hold on one second. Okay, thank you so much. I appreciate y'all's patience. Hey, Patricia, welcome. Thank you so much for joining. Let's see who else is there. I need my glasses. Oh my gosh. Hey, JR, welcome. Y'all, I'm on my cell phone too. And so yeah, that was the update with Junior. Also, let's see, we talked about the track star yesterday that stabbed her boyfriend, who she thought was cheating with the roommate. Okay. Good morning, Mama. Welcome. And she stabbed the girl. The guy. Now, they were both track stars at Lincoln University. And y'all, with that story, I wonder is more going to come out about that. Hi, Tim. Good morning. Happy Sunday to everyone. Tammy, happy Sunday. Thank y'all so much for coming on in. Make sure y'all tap the like button. But y'all, this is what I'm not understanding with this. Okay. Now, one thing she stated that she left her boyfriend at the house. She was sharing a house with two roommates. Okay. Now, she said that she went to work that day and then she didn't feel good and she decided to come back early. So, when she came back, she said that she saw her bed in disarray, but didn't see her boyfriend. Now, my thing is next. Your first thought is you thought that your boyfriend was having an affair with the roommate. Now, instead of going over to the roommate's door and knocking to see if he was in there, she uses a hair clip to enter into the room. Hey, Brittany, good morning, sis. She used a hair clip to enter, right? Now, when she went into the room, they were both clothed. They both had on clothes. Okay. So to me, I don't think I would have thought they were cheating. I would have probably wondered why y'all up in a room with the closed door. Now, prior to that, I guess they've had like a volatile like relationship, but they must have gotten into an argument over some cologne. Okay. Well, she says that she saw them sitting on the bed in their clothes with the bottle of cologne in between them. That's odd. Okay. So after that, they start, I guess, scuffling or whatever, getting into it. She pulled the bottle of cologne. Then he must have kicked her, and then she grabbed him. And somehow they ended up on the floor. The roommate was like, "Oh, stop fighting, y'all! Stop!" And she runs out. Now the girl originally said, "Hey, T. Smith, good morning." That she originally said that the roommate was a witness to the stabbing. Okay, but how is she a witness if she runs out? Now, while she's on the floor, she's saying that he has one of her hands pinned to the floor and he starts choking her. Okay. She looks over to underneath the roommate's bed and sees a knife. I'm like, huh? Why is there a random knife there? And how did she know that that knife was there? So then she takes the knife, she said, and she stabbed him in the back. Now, at that point, you would have thought, okay, I now have the knife. I have stabbed him. He gonna get off me or whatever. Y'all, he didn't have the reaction that she thought. And she said she then stabbed him in the chest at that point. Now, something else that stands out to me. I guess at that point they called 911. Or she called 911. She did. She told them that she had stabbed him. Now, when 911 gets there, now this is in the bedroom. When 911 gets there, he is still alive, but they found him in the living room. So I was wondering, did he get up at some point and go into the living room and maybe kind of passed out there or laid there? Or did they move it? Like, it's questions that I have with this whole story. I just feel like there are some gaps in that. Was this premeditated? Okay. So they were asking him questions there and he wasn't cooperating. I guess I don't know if he didn't want to get her into trouble or what, but he wasn't or couldn't, maybe his breath was, I don't know, but he didn't cooperate with the police. So then they took him to the hospital and they had to airlift him. He had surgery. It was during the surgery that he passed away. So I mean, all of that led up to him, her stabbing. So they charged her with second degree murder. Okay. But I just wonder if more is going to come out about that, because to me, it just seems, I don't know, like some gaps. And like you tried to have an alibi, you tried to have a witness. I don't know. I don't know if y'all have really looked into that or seen it, but when I saw it, I definitely had some questions about it. And she is being held with no bond also. She's being held with no bond. So this is and my thing is this. They have, both of them were track stars on the brink of going into, their careers. And now one is dead and then one isn't going to prison. It's like if you're in these type of relationships, it's just really not worth it. She probably had some feelings that he was cheating. Hey, Nicole, good morning, sis. Y'all, I was just explaining that I didn't do my worship experience this morning because, baby, you have to listen to the beginning. We've been on a roller coaster of a ride for the past few weeks. My husband was in the hospital. He just got released yesterday. And so, child, it's like this morning I slept in, cooked breakfast, and just kind of relaxing. So I said, if I do the live this morning, that's why I wasn't able to on Thursday. Well, Thursday, no, that wasn't the reason. Thursday, they didn't even have like the usual Bible study on Thursday. I did look, so that's why I didn't do our encouraging word Thursday. But today, their next service is at 12:30, so I may do the 12:30 live. But that's why I just wanted to explain to everyone that's why. But God, is still a great God. But yeah, going back to that, I just was like, a lot of these kids, excuse me, go to college, and college is a different life. Okay. It's a whole different roller coaster. Thank you, sis. I appreciate that. It's a whole roller coaster, y'all. You have to prepare your children as much as possible. I know it's that freedom that we have because I know when I went, child, I was acting up and not just getting into trouble, but I just felt like, I was not focused and probably doing some things that I should not have been doing. And I actually dropped out after my first year and a half of college because I just was not taking it seriously. I wasn't going to class the way I needed to. Boyfriend, doing, y'all know, just wasn't focusing. And so I had dropped out after my first year and a half. So then I started working, and then that led to me moving with the company I was with. They were offering like a relocation package where if you moved for 2 years, you would get $10,000. And so I was like, well, shoot, I'm still young. Hey, Saida, good morning. Welcome. And shout out to Tim for the floating heart. Thank you so much. And thank you for being a sponsor for today's live. And so I was like, I'm young, $10,000, at that time, y'all, $10,000 is a lot. Baby, $10,000 right now goes like 100. Okay. You can spend $10,000 like in one day. And so this would have been, I think I was about 20, going on 21. I think I may have been 21. And so I told my mom about it. And so this is my first time moving out and moving to a different city. And so I moved and everything. And so we had a college down the street from where I work. And I said, you know what? I made a promise to my uncle, that my mom's brother that had passed away my senior year, that I was going to go to college. He used to always tell me, go to college so that you can make your make a lot of money, get your uncle a brand new truck. He used to always say that. And so it's like his words came back to me. And I said, you know what? I don't want to stop there. I don't want to stop there because you kind of think I'm just going to work and not finish. So I went to a junior college after that. It was a junior college, and I would do that part-time while I worked full-time. Good morning, Bevan. Thank you for joining. And so I did that, graduated, and then didn't want to stop there. So I graduated with my Associate of Arts. Then I moved to another college and received my Bachelor of Business Administration degree. And then, y'all, once I did that and I was still working, I chose to go into my career, my dream, which was being an educator. And one of the guys at the job that I worked at that time, he said, have you given up on your dream? And I said, what dream? He said, I thought you said when you were younger, you wanted to be a teacher. And I said, yeah, I did. And, my grandmother at the time would shut that down. Sometimes you get people in your family that would try to shut down your dreams, not being malicious or anything like that. But she was like, I mean, teachers don't make a whole lot of money, da, da, da. So then I was like, oh man, let me go and do something where I can make a whole lot of money. I'm trying to figure out, well, what is it? But my heart's passion, it didn't matter about the money. I wanted to become an educator. So I went to a job fair, long story short, going there for some experience because I had been on my job for almost 10 years, had not interviewed in forever. And I went there and y'all, I was going with a friend just trying to see what was what at a job fair. And I ended up landing a job. I had not passed the test or anything. I had not passed the test or anything. So she told me, well, take your test. But, once you pass or whatever, let me know. So that just put extra pressure on me. But child, my friend left there. She didn't have a promising job yet. I didn't want to be overly excited because she invited me. So I'm like, oh, Lord. And I called my mom, y'all. I was crying. I said, Mama, my life is about to change. Okay, because I'm like, y'all hadn't taken the test. This lady has just offered me a whole teaching job. Okay. And this is something I had wanted to do since I was a little girl. Like I was actually going into my career. And so did that for some years, went into teaching, and then I didn't stop. I ended up getting my master's of education degree. And then after that, did that. And then I didn't stop there. I entered into the doctoral program. But child, look, baby, you better come with some cash. Okay. The higher you go, you better make sure you have the money. Okay. Because, oh my gosh, they don't pay like that when you're in the doctoral program. So I have some credits and classes under my belt, but I have not completed the doctoral program yet. So it's coming. It's coming. I do want to finish. Once I start something, I like to finish it. I have written a book, The Common Thread. If you did not know, and shout out to whoever's out here purchasing my book. Y'all, I don't even advertise and talk about it as much, but I'll get like deposits from Amazon. And I'm like, well, shout out to them. I don't know who it is, but thank you. I appreciate it. Let's see. Hey, PNG Music, shout out to you. Welcome. Okay, Saida said, that's right, sis. Keep up the good work. Thank you. And I give God the glory. Thank you, Nicole. Hey, Corporate Thug and Mika is in the building. And happy belated birthday to you. Let's see here. JR said, told my daughters don't stress about nothing but that degree. Females be looking for boyfriends. Okay, I'm telling you, when you get into college, these boys, they be all into the games, the sports. Hey, turn this down, Justice. Where's the remote? Turn it down for me. My son comes in here like I'm not on a whole live and turning on cartoons. Okay. But yeah, going back to that topic, that's how we got on this conversation. You're welcome. Thank you so much, sis. I appreciate that. And so, like keep the main thing. Of course, we're human. Of course, we want to date. We get to college and so forth, but don't let it get you to the point where you've gotten completely off track, wasting your parents' money, school money, however you paying for it, trying to just do your thing with a boyfriend or girlfriend that you don't even know if you have a future with, So now she's messed up her whole future. I just was like, wow, that is so sad. And then to be in a domestic situation, at that in college. And, she had said that her friends were telling her to get away, okay, to leave that relationship alone. So I don't know how true that is. And it is possible that they did try because at first she said they lived together, but then she moved in with two roommates. They shared like one of the college houses. So yes, I love how she spells it too. So I'm like, it's just so sad that that happened like that. And I know her parents and his parents, and he was from Jamaica. I think he was from Jamaica. Um, and then, to be honest, y'all, in that moment, what's going to look suspect is you were thinking that they were cheating, but when you walked in, they both had on their clothes and stuff. And you said that there was a bottle of cologne, Micah, a bottle of cologne in the middle of them. Like, what? I just, something's missing. Something's missing to me in that whole story. So I'm definitely going to follow that story because, baby, I don't know what happened with all of that. I really don't. It's just a sad situation. And I try to, tell my daughter, even now, growing up in elementary, she just turned 10. So she's going to fifth grade next year. And so I'm just like, oh my gosh, these girls start younger now. And it's more so about girls. The boys, yeah, they out there and stuff like that. But sometimes as girls, I think we start really getting off track, doing the most. Boys, if they are in sports, they will still try to play their sports. Their coaches, see, sometimes these coaches don't stay on these boys. Okay, it's not fair, of course, but the coaches will stay on the boys most of the time if they're involved. Girls, though, when you go off to college, I mean, unless you're part of like a sorority or something like that, who is looking out for the girls? Who's looking out, speaking life into the girls, telling them, trying to steer them the right ways on these campuses? That's really a passion of mine, is to go out and speak to girls, young girls, stay focused. Whatever it is you have in your heart to do it. That will come. Okay, when you're busy, if you think about Ruth and Boaz in the Bible, Ruth was out working, child. She was not out trying to find another husband, not trying to find another man. She was working, okay, and baby, he found her. He saw her. He favored her. Okay, so look, you could be busy minding your own business, and the man of your dreams can see you going into a grocery store, see you out getting something to eat, and you don't even know. Okay, that can happen. Let's see here. Baby, let's see. I'm trying to see names. I need my glasses. Happy Sunday. Welcome. Thank you so much for coming on in. This is a just impromptu, informal live. We just talking about everything. We get off one topic, we go into something else. It's very rare I just talk and do lives like this. I like to have more of a order or have my stuff lined up, agenda. This is out of my comfort zone. Okay. As a teacher, that's what we do. We plan, try to go with the script. But some days you just want to talk. Some days you just want to, just do however it flows. Just let it flow. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Happy Sunday to you too. What else have we been talking about? We've been talking about Tyrone, justice for Tyrone. On yesterday, Tyrone Davis's family, they did like a parade. They were having like an event, and the family actually, had cars and things. I know his cousin Gabe went live. He did a live, and they were going down the street playing his music, things of that sort. Thank you, Mama. And it was so beautiful. They had T-shirts made. It's been like 2 months. It's been like the 2-month anniversary of Tyrone's passing. And so, as we can tell, so much has happened since then. So much has happened in those 2 months. People are still looking for answers to questions. His family, they're still looking for justice for Tyrone. I know that his aunt Natasha, she also went live, I think when they were in the car or something of that sort. Go show Daddy right quick. Something of that sort in the car. I don't know whose car that was in that vehicle, but she went live during that time. There are a lot of unanswered questions. I know his mom, we were saying that, even with the second son, she waited until like month 3 and she did this long post. I said, well, I guess, hey, at the end of this month, we're going to see one for Tyrone. Okay. Because right now, all you see advertisements for taxes and so forth. And I know someone, I forgot who it was underneath my video. It was a comment and said that the Davis family might want to look into Lulu to see if she had some type of power of attorney or something, since they had the same last names. Said that the mom and the daughter had access to do different types of documents and stuff. I was like, oh Lord. See, some stuff I don't even know. But baby, y'all be on it, okay? I said, well, what kind of business the daughter got? Some people have notary businesses. I'm telling you, y'all, I don't put anything past anybody. People will notarize stuff that they know is fake, okay, to try to get over or get something. I know that in order for Lulu to get that insurance money, she would definitely have to have the death certificate, being that it was also deemed an accident, okay? Any police reports, hospital reports would have to be submitted as well. Okay, that's something that she's going to also have to submit. So I am so curious to know what information, she put on there with the insurance company. Now, if something comes up, okay, what I don't think they thought about is the insurance company can put a pause and do their own investigation. Okay, so if she's looking to just bank in and they already said it was an accident and da 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 da, baby, if anyone alerts them or if they feel like something is off with this after reviewing that paperwork, they can do their own investigation. And I hope that they do. I hope that they do not send out a lump sum of money to this girl and have not done an investigation. Okay, because people are quick to say, I don't know why folks are not just leaving it alone. The police department has said it was an accident. Well, first of all, where are the official reports? And what's the accident? I'm still stuck there. How are we saying it's an accident if we don't even know what happened, y'all? That's all I'm saying. Until there is a formal, this is what happened. Here is the autopsy medical examiner's report. This is what, happened to him. Then I'm not believing that, because we haven't seen anything. We haven't heard a story yet. Okay. Because if the family hasn't, okay, according to Auntie Natasha, they still looking, Natalie, they're still looking for answers. Then how are we supposed to know? I know I don't. So until there is something formal that the police department has put out there, some type of press conference, okay, baby, we just going on, it was just an accident, okay, based off of that live. Now, I know that's what Auntie Natasha said, that, they had told them that it was an accident. But as far as the story, we haven't heard the story yet. What are they saying was the accident? That's the part that we're missing. Okay. Once we know that, then hey, if it's something that sounds like legit, then we might move on and say it was an accident and come into agreement. But I'm not coming into agreement with something I just don't know. I don't understand it. I still have questions. That's all I'm saying. We still have questions. So shout out also to C Ray at What Did Not Add Up channel. And she comes with a lot of the receipts and facts and plans on making a trip there to Gainesville. And I was going to go back today. As a matter of fact, a little later, she did a live where she brought up some of the documents, and I wanted to look at some of those with you all, because that's what is going to matter, the paperwork part. Okay, the toxicology reports, all of that is going to matter on paper. So as of right now, I haven't seen any of that So I'm definitely gonna wait to see what happens with this. But I just know it is a sad situation. What happened to him, um, and how all of this has transpired. A lot of the things, and I know some people have been putting it under my comments about some of the Neo Tarot reader and all of that. A lot of the things, even without looking at that, we've already clocked at the beginning of this year. Okay, from coming into the story and just looking at some of the things that were already said, Micah, some of the things that were already said and so forth of where the case was, we could tell some things were off. If you pay attention to how certain people move, pay attention to patterns, it doesn't even take one of them to tell you. Okay, all that is confirmation. Okay, because we've been clocking this since the beginning of the year. Okay, so yeah, you can't fool us. You can't fool us sharing all these different posts about people, the subliminals. Oh, people are so evil, but I get the last say. God's going to give. Yeah, yeah. And if you're a part of something or cover up or something, guess what? He's still going to get the last say. If you did something wrong and was doing a part of a person losing their life, guess what? He's still going to get the last say. So that reverse psychology stuff, it doesn't work on me. It doesn't work on me. Okay. We still can see through certain people and what they post and so forth. So yeah, like we just got to stick with the facts. Because that lady, she has not posted anything about justice for Tyrone, but yet continuing to promote a business. And then, y'all, that just took the cake when I saw that picture of the tattoo of her on him on January the 1st. Like, you wouldn't have thought that was the last thing that, oh, this is my son passing away. Let me go ahead and take a tattoo of my son. Like, whew, I don't know. I was bothered by that. I'm going to be honest. That thing gave me goosebumps. Like, wow, man. That's sad. It's a sad situation. And a lot of people I've noticed, in some of the comments feel that he was surrounded by snakes. Okay. And people that he probably felt were for him, but were really banking on his downfall. Okay. Checking into him and seeing what are his weaknesses. And I had been said I felt like Lulu was sent. You could clearly see from the videos over the course of the years, I've looked at a few, that she just did not seem that into him. I'm gonna be honest. That's just my opinion. He seemed like he was into her more so than she was. Some people can put up a good front for the cameras, but how are you with the actual person? And he seemed like he had a lot of love to give to his friends, his family, saying it as as for, and also showing it. Because it's not just words, but it's also actions. Like, if you really care about or love a person, like, what are you doing for that person as well? And so I just really, really hate that. And I pray to everyone that is a part of that it will come out, and that justice will definitely be served. That's not just in his case, that's also in Romika's case as well. I feel that there were other people around her that also knew, watched her, okay, and that were praying on her downfall. I do feel that. If y'all think about, even in Romika's case, okay, this thing here, if people are bothered by you and your light in your life and you're no longer here, I could only imagine how they were when she was alive. Okay, I could only imagine. And sometimes, if anything, that's something that we need to pay attention to, of the people around us, at times, and have use discernment, pray that God gives discernment on if they're really for us or pretending to be for us, because that could be in anyone's life, of having people around you like that. And I really, really hate that happened like that. A beautiful young lady, her life was cut short. And also with Tyrone, his life, I feel, was cut short as well. Hold on one second. So yes, rest in peace to Romika Meeks Blackman, and then rest in peace to Tyrone Davis Jr. Um, may their cases, have completion, and that the people responsible in both of these deaths be brought to justice. I really, really pray that for both of these cases. We already know that Holly Johnson is in jail. Her next court day is actually coming up this Tuesday. Okay, it's coming up this Tuesday. And if I'm not mistaken, I believe that they are going to discuss more of the evidence. And correct me if I'm wrong, y'all, but I think that that's what this Tuesday's court date is about. And that is coming up on, let's see, September, October, November, December, January, February. Wow, y'all, we are coming up on month 6 in Romika's case from September the 8th. Wow. Um, March the 8th will be 6 months. Oh my gosh. Time went by fast, but it wasn't a good time. Okay. Wow. And prayers go out to her mother, her family, her son. I did see on the YouTube streets and the bushes that Carlos is able to see his son at the therapist. Hey, Keela, thank you so much. No, we just been on here. We just chilling today. This is a very impromptu, informal live, talking about all kind of topics. Um, and he did get a chance to, see his son, I think, at therapy. And, my thing was always with that is with little Los, Amir, I know that it was already hard enough to lose a mother, especially unexpectedly. Um, as much as the other side of me knows that Carlos knows some stuff and could have possibly been involved, allegedly, I still, part of me wanted his son to be able to see him. It's not fair all the way around. Amir did not ask for any of this. And that's a void that he has to have feel that only God can feel with the loss of a mom already. Hey, Dreamy girl, welcome. Oh, okay, sis. Um, and then I was like, well, his father, biological father, is still here. Okay. Um, and having to deal with grief and the loss of another, not being able to see the other parent is double. And I understand why. Don't get me wrong, I understood why. But if it can be in a healthy environment where there's someone there that can help him navigate his emotions, his feelings, and having another party there, then I don't see anything wrong with that. But that doesn't take away from how I feel about what happened that day. However, with Amir, with that young man, Justice, y'all stop. Um, I just pray for him. I know that's hard all the way around. Whew, so that's my take on that. I just, I know it's hard. And I know it's hard for Romika's mom too, because she's navigating grief on top of now being the caretaker of her grandson. And that's a life change as well. Of course, she probably has no problems with it because she loves him. But it's a change for her and him. I know one of my friends, his mom passed, and his grandfather had passed first, and then his mom. And so his grandmother is still alive. So I noticed that when his mom passed, he became close to his grandmother, like really, really strong. He takes her everywhere. They go on trips, even when he goes just around, to places that are, not even anything formal. He has his grandmother with him. And I feel like they were there for each other during a hard time of her losing a child and him losing a mom. And so I feel that even with Ramika's mom, Miss Tina, and Amir, they have a bond of kind of like a shared type of grief, but it's on a different level. One losing a child and one losing a mom. And so their attachment and their bond is probably throughout their life going to be different. It's probably going to be different, but it helps both parties. And so I'm so glad that they have each other, during this time, because I know that's hard. It's almost y'all like having a healthy distraction, if that makes sense. Um, when I lost my mom, it was 4 days after I had my son. And so, in a moment where I thought I could have lost my mind, okay, literally, I had my son, I had my daughter, I had my husband, and life had to go on. I could not just stop life. I couldn't stop the world from moving. I had to keep going. And I thank God because God is so strategic. He allowed my son to be a healthy distraction, if that makes sense. That it gave me something else in the midst of grief. It gave me something else. Hey, Glenn, welcome to focus on to keep going. And so I think that it's a healthy distraction for both of them to keep going. Then people were loving on Amir, during that time, and continuing to do so. He has a community that loves him, that knows him now. Even through this, people came to know their family, to know Amir. And so throughout his life, people will, oh, that's Ramika's son, he has favor. I truly feel that he has favor on him, on his life. And his mom is his angel, will look out for him. And so my prayers and heart go out to him as well. Hey, Miss Ruby, good morning. Welcome. And Miss Ruby, you had a very inspirational and positive live, the part that I was on this morning. Shout out to you, and I hope all is well with you. You were looking beautiful today. So thank you so much for joining today. And thank y'all for the likes. I appreciate that. But yes, y'all, so my heart goes out to all that have lost someone, that's navigating grief, navigating life without that person. Know that God will carry you through. Okay. Well, he will carry you through every season. If you just trust him and really get up under him and allow him to do so, he will carry you through those dark times. Hey, Tabany, good morning. Thank you for joining. I am doing well. Just kind of relaxing, taking it easy today, but I am about to get up and do some housework too. It's only so long I can just, let me sit and relax, because I'm telling y'all, it's a rare thing. It's a rare thing. I know for spring break is coming up, child. I am going somewhere. I don't know where, okay, but somewhere to just take in the sunshine, okay, get some water, some. I need to be by the water, wherever. But I really, really thank you so much. I appreciate it. Just want just a break, and my family just probably needs a break too, just to get out. But I'm so grateful. I was telling everyone that my contract with this district. Hold on, y'all, 1 second. Okay, sorry. But y'all, I had started this contract, and some of y'all that follow me probably remember when I was telling y'all back in December, okay, about the contract. Y'all, can you believe it is almost coming to an end next month? Oh my God. It is like I have bittersweet emotions already, because we're in March and the last day of it is April the 3rd. I said, oh my God, but look, I'll be able to get my mornings back. I'll be able to get my mornings back after I drop my kids off, child. But I am going to miss those kids. Oh my gosh. So I said, this is a very important contract. I still have to get my pictures and videos. I got a couple of videos, but like testimonials, referrals, having like real life experiences to post on my website, and to share with future principals and districts of what I can do. Y'all, this one, let me share this because I know some of y'all have been praying for them. Okay, I think what, 2 weeks ago? Was it 2 weeks ago, Tabany? Not Tabany. Who was in here that day? Nicole. One of y'all were in here that day when I was asking for y'all to pray because they were taking a big test. I think it was the week before last week. Child, last week I went. Now I haven't gotten like the paperwork of it from their schools yet, but I was asking them. I'm like, look, how many of y'all scores went up? Okay, how many jump categories? So I was trying to give my own little gauge of how well they did. And y'all, I believe that the majority of them did really well. And so thank y'all so much for your prayers, those of you who are praying. But it's this one young girl, and this happened this past week, just a quick testimony about that. And really it's two of them in the same group, one of the groups that I pulled. And their reading skills are very low. One of them to the point that when it was time for her to start reading, she didn't really even open up her mouth. Like she was nervous to even try to attempt. It wasn't that she was trying to be defiant or anything like that. She just did not know how to read. Okay. And so, my phone had rung. So I was like, oh Lord, where am I going to go, with this? Because I have such a short amount of time to work with them. So when you're in a small group, you're more prone to take risk, right? So I start off with words first. They have high frequency words first. Then I build them from words to sentences, from sentences to paragraphs to longer text. So the other day, now, usually it was only, I think at that time, 3 of them in there, okay? Because some of them were absent. And it was time for her to read. Y'all, I almost wanted to bawl. This little girl started reading, y'all, out of nowhere. And I was looking like, she probably saw me beaming. My cheeks were about to burst. I was like, I am so proud of you. Y'all just don't realize when a child, that builds their confidence. When you're in a class of 4th graders and you can barely read, okay, do you know what that will do to your confidence level? But if you can then start reading, okay, not just reading, but understanding so that you can like blend in with the rest of the kids eventually, your whole confidence level goes up because you start feeling like if I can do this, I can do this. If I can read this, I can read this. And one of them, she actually is way better than when I first started with her. Oh my gosh. But to see this baby, and I had not even worked with her the entire time, to already make progress, I am so grateful to God. Oh my gosh, it's simply amazing. And this is my heart and why I chose to do this, because I know that kids can. See, some people, they will give up on kids and be like, man, I can't work with this child. They ain't on a level I can work with, or they never going to be able to do this, or they have low expectations. No. You got to have high expectations, not even just in education, but even for your own children. If you have high expectations, guess what? Children rise to those expectations. If you think that, oh, they're low, I'm going to keep my bar low, then they're not going to go anywhere. Okay. And so y'all, I am so excited and happy for her. And it's not just her, it's a couple of other ones that were so low, but I just see their progress. I'm so grateful. So it's only the beginning. And I truly give God the glory and the honor for everything that I have, everything that I do. I am not doing it by myself. It is only because of God, and I give him all of the glory for what he does. Now, also, child, I buy plenty of snacks. Okay. I buy prizes. Y'all, they go into my pocket every week. I say Okay, I think when y'all see me, y'all just thinking of, oh, what you got this week? Well, what am I? Am I an educator or am I deal prizes? Okay, they looking to see what I have new in my little prize kit. All of this, okay, and then get mad when they don't get a prize for the day. You don't get a prize every day. Okay, you come in here and try. It may not be your day for a prize. So I'm just like, y'all, it's fun. You got to have fun with whatever you do. Have fun. Okay. Even if you working in a cubicle in an office, child, I used to go and do the same thing. We had it lit. Okay. Up in there every day. I think those were some of the best times that I've had working in the cubicle. You have your whole team. Y'all cutting up every day, every night. You get to know each other on a different level. So whatever you do in life, whatever your career, your business is, child, enjoy it. Okay, do it to the glory of God and have fun, enjoy it. If you in something that you are not passionate about, seek God. What is it that you were created to do? What is it that you want to do? Go after that and do it. Do it. The money will come. Okay. The money will come. Just do what you want to do in life. And that's one thing I had to thank God for. I was like, God, like I literally get to do what I have fun doing, been wanting to do, and I get to do it and make money from it. Okay. Now check this out, y'all. The other day, I was in the hallway at a campus and I heard somebody call up my first name. I was like, who got me up here? So I turned around and it was one of my friends I used to work with in that same district. This is so ironic. We both worked in that same district and we both left the district the same year. Now she started working for an educational consulting company, right? Making good money. I even applied for that company. Okay. She referred me, to it, sent me the application, all of that. I applied to it. Y'all, I did not get hired. I was like, man, kind of disappointed. Now, this was like probably about, maybe 2 years ago, maybe about 2 years ago. So I said, hey, girl, what are you doing up here? So she's still working for that company. I say, no, wait a second. I hugged her and then I said, well, good to see you. So I was walking back to the library. Y'all, in my mind, I was so tickled because I have my own company, educational consulting company. I had my own name tag, lead consultant. I didn't want to I told my friends, I said, child, I wanted to put visionary / owner / lead consultant. I said, but that's too much. So I just put lead consultant. So I sat there, y'all. I was like, God, you are something else because what I applied for, I did not get. However, you allow me to be the boss of my own educational consulting company. We in the same places. Come on now. Okay. So if you don't get the job, child, look, don't even allow that to mess you up. Okay. Don't allow that to get you discouraged because he may not want you to be a part of a company. He may want you to own the company. Come on now. Don't get me started. He may want you to be the owner, the boss. Okay. And so God will open the right doors for you at the right time. Just continue to believe him. When I tell you, let's see here. Oh, child, they gone trying to be racist in the comments. Baby, he will do it at the right time. But it was just so ironic. I'm so happy for her though, because she gets to travel, do all these different things. And, everybody has their own thing going. So whatever it is you're passionate about, you want to do, go after it, do it. Everything else will come. The right doors will open. God will put you in front of the right people. He will favor you with the right people. He favored me with this contract from a former principal. Okay, this was a former principal that's now a director. She's over schools, okay, in that district. So this is why you have to leave places the right way too, because you never know if a place that you leave, okay, that may be a person that refer your company. Don't leave wrong. Okay, don't burn bridges. I know we want to cuss folks out when you're ready to get up out of there. God opens the door. Oh, I can cuss everybody up in here out if I want. Don't do it. Don't do it, Miss Seeley. Okay, child, you never know who you're going to need or who you may see later on from that company. Just leave the right way. Just leave the right way. And God will open the right doors for you. I'm a living witness that He will open the right doors for you where you can do the very thing that you've always wanted to do in your life and get paid from it. Get paid from it as well. So yeah, this is the beginning. Thank y'all that are usually on my encouraging word Thursdays that was praying that day. It was probably about 2 weeks ago. I think it was about 2 weeks ago that I was telling y'all about it because I was so nervous. I was even nervous that day, and I wasn't even on the campuses. They just were testing, and I'm like, Lord, I hope that these kids do. I hope they do well, because baby, this is important. Very important. So I'm excited and grateful for that. Let's see, what else were we talking about this morning? It's just a catch up morning. We just talking and catching up on different topics. Let's see. Oh, y'all. Speaking of topics, I was asking my husband this morning, did he believe in cloning? Because, baby, every time I go to IG, that's all I'm seeing about these Epstein files and clones. They are saying that Jim Carrey recently received an award, and that wasn't the real Jim Carrey. That has been trending. And I'm like, oh my gosh, will the real Jim Carrey please stand up? Okay. They had me looking. I didn't know Jim Carrey was calling out the Illuminati, all of that on a talk show years ago. And I say, he said all that? I never seen that. And they said that one girl said, well, Jim Carrey, he writes with his left hand. But if you notice this guy, he's writing with his right hand and all of this. Yeah, it's been so much. And when I tell y'all it's on IG, that is like, hold on, wait till I get off. That is like the number one thing you're going to see on IG is about these Epstein files, and all of this different stuff. And then we're in a whole war. Okay, that's going on as well as far as trending topics. We're in a whole war right now with Iran. So my prayers are for us in this country. We have a president running rogue out here, I see, because he didn't even get permission from Congress. Okay. Now, wait a second. When we start doing that? So it's just a lot. It's just a lot taking place right now. And I'm just praying for all of our safeties right now and things like that because, child, I don't try to get too much into the politics on here, but it's just a mess right now. And I know that people were saying that it's so ironic. Don't do that. That it's so ironic that after Bill Clinton and Hillary Clinton did their whole testimonies, lion-monies, I need to call it the lion-monies, okay? Now, see, I didn't have nothing against y'all, but y'all just getting up here lying like that. What in the world? I can't believe they went in there lying like that. And then they were comparing it to when Bill Clinton said that he didn't have no relations with Monica Lewinsky, but you in here lying and we looking at pictures of y'all with this man. Why are y'all lying like that? I just don't understand. I don't understand. So we have former presidents still lying. We got the current presidents out here putting us in a whole war. Y'all, it's crazy. It's so much. It's so much with the world right now. But we just gonna pray to God protect and cover all of us in these times, Lord. Let's see what else. But that's about all today. I just want to hop on for a little bit, chat it up for a while. Encourage some people for our, open book worship experience moment. We didn't have that this morning, but hey, we could still encourage and give testimonies. If you want to purchase my book, The Common Thread, it is available also on Amazon. That link will be in the description field of this video when I get off. I will put that under here. But other than that, that's about all that I have today. I'm glad that y'all are up, and thank y'all for tuning in today. It really means a lot to me. Make sure y'all hit the like button, and also shout out to the sponsors for today's live. Thank y'all so much, ladies. I appreciate that. And I appreciate all of you and the replay game. Thank you so much for coming back, watching the replay. Make sure you share the live. If you haven't subscribed, make sure you subscribe. And don't forget to hit that bell because you never know when I'm going to go live. Thank you all so much for tuning in on today. Have a happy Sunday and a fantastic week. And until next time, be blessed. Bye-bye. Bye.